I think it comes from a strong business background in my family. So my grandpa started a local business, and a couple other people in my family also started some of the local businesses in town. And I just really like the idea of business and finance, and I'm pretty sure that that's where it came from.
All right, so let me ask you this, Ben. Does finance come naturally to you?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it comes from a strong business background in my family. So my grandpa started a local business, and a couple other people in my family also started some of the local businesses in town. And I just really like the idea of business and finance, and I'm pretty sure that that's where it came from. And this industry itself really is attractive to me because I just like really enjoy like helping people,
I
um,
see that. Yeah.
and that's my favorite part of the industry.
Yeah. So let me ask you another question too. You're a runner. Obviously, you're a long distance runner. You're running ultra races, things that make me tired thinking about driving those
Yeah.
distances. But I think there's something that I have seen in the 2+ years that I've gotten to know you as one of my team members here, is that you take. I think you take that long distance approach with what you do with your clients. You keep them very focused on the prize, on the long-term goal versus what's right in front of them every day. It's important. I guess maybe you can speak to that. It's important to have a good perspective for everything. But does all those years of being, working in the running industry, yeah, I say working, but
Hmm.
you're a professional athlete when it comes to running, and
Hmm.
does that experience transfer into what you're doing with clients on their plans?
Yeah, I definitely think that it does because, like you just said, you need that long term approach where there's that finish line in the distant future. But to get to that finish line, there's going to be so many different different turns. There's going to be upsides. There's going to be downsides, and really problem solving is the way to get to that finish line. So when something changes in your plan, we need to problem solve, figure out how to get to that next objective. So how to get to that next spot, and like you just said, I think that me running long distance helps that because um, really you have to problem solve the whole time, and really within a retirement plan you have to problem solve basically the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that makes me ask this question. I want to know the honest answer. When you're out there running hours and hours and training,
Yeah.
do you sit there and run financial plans through your mind?
I like that question, and yes, sometimes that pops into my head because, oh gosh, when you're out running for a couple hours, your mind wanders. You just have to figure out uh, something to think about, and yes, this frequently pops into my head.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
All right, a little bit less jovial. Let me ask you a question about the industry, the financial planning industry.
Hmm.
It can be challenging. With years of experience, I can attest to that firsthand. But what do you find challenging that maybe caught you by surprise? What are some difficult things about the job, the profession that maybe you'd like to share?
Yeah, sure. Good question. So, I like to think right now is a good example of that. Like guiding clients.
Right now, 2022, right? So,
Correct.
so
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Guiding clients through a bear market. Sometimes it's a client's first time through a bear market, and what we have to really do is keep them focused on that long distance goal of we made a specific plan. The market is down, but we plan for that, and we just have to maintain the course to reach our main objective. So I thought that is challenging because it is hard for clients to see statements, and so we just have to make sure that we keep them long term focused and ready to keep on for that goal.
One of the questions I'd love to ask is, what? Tell me something about yourself that most people don't know.
Okay, that's a good question. So, um, in 2016, my friend Justin and I actually decided it would be fun to run across Pennsylvania west to east. So,
The state of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
yep. So it
that's
took us. It was a nice 21-day trip. We started on the Ohio-Pennsylvania border, went across Route 6 all the way to New York. So
wow.
nice 340-mile journey. But
Did you run along the road?
oh yeah, yeah. It was hard sometimes
I
because
was.
Route 6 is busy.
That's busy and probably hot at
Oh yeah,
times. Yeah,
yeah.
that
But
doesn't sound fun to me, Ben.
it was so fun.
It's
And
amazing that you did it though. That's how many miles was that roughly?
yeah, so that was 340 miles, and to add on to that story, like one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite trips because one, my grandma and grandpa came for the first 11 days, and it was so funny seeing my like grandma and grandpa like sleeping in cots in the bottom of churches and in these random cabins in the middle of the woods, and people were so nice. Like it taught
Yeah.
me so much about people. Like people were offering to do our laundry, cook us food. It was just like super cool to see people in that scenario.
Yeah, that's a good time. I'm
Yeah,
glad you shared that with us.
yeah, yep, good stuff.
So I'd like to know, Ben, when you're thinking about a client, if you could put like your ideal client and kind of build him or her in a lab, like what do they look like? Where are they coming from?
Yeah, good question. I like to work with a wide range of clients, like not one specific industry or job. I love working with different clients who come from lots of different backgrounds. Like I I love working with older folks who are already in retirement, and I love working with people that are pre-retirement because I like building out that plan, showing them what the long-term plan looks like, and I also like working with people that are ways from retirement that are just thinking about it. But the main thing is that they see value in what we do and that we provide them value. That's the main objective overall.
Ben, when we set out to look for another advisor, you knocked on our door immediately. As soon as you heard about us, you came and scheduled the time to meet up with us. And we were thrilled when we met you, right? So you've had experience in your life with other jobs, other careers, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't match up or meet up to maybe your expectations, but this one, like you were energized to get into, and it seems like that energy is built since you've been with us. Why is that?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Thank you. You keep giving me credit for these questions.
Yeah, so with every job that I had in the past after college, I I didn't feel like a drive. Like I knew like I'm a driven person. We just talked
Yeah.
about that with running, but it always felt like a stepping stone to something else.
Hmm.
And when I met you and John and Scott and learned more about what Stonehouse does specifically because it's not like what everybody else does in the industry. I do feel like we do provide a specific value. I thought that was just a team and an atmosphere that I wanted to be around, and it is like a special thing that you guys have. I'm messing up this answer, but
No, that's a great. I mean, how can I not love that answer, right?
yeah,
I remember after interviewing you, that first interview, and you walked out, and I remember saying goodbye, shutting the door, and turning and looking back at those guys and say, "How can you not really like this guy? You're just such a nice person." And I think, we've talked a lot about culture at our office, and I think you fit that culture, and it took us about 3 minutes to realize that could fit in, and then you've done nothing but prove that you do fit in, and you're a huge part and strong part of our team. But no, man, you can't screw that answer up. You're throwing compliments, right?
well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a really like not only like motivating to like come to work every day because like I really do like helping people and being a part of that part of the job, but just the people that I get to work with is like super motivating, and each person provides like different insight to the career and different viewpoints. So I think that we do have a really good culture here, and each advisor just is really knowledgeable and helpful.
Yeah. Well, you're a big part of the culture. So, just to point out here before the camera stops, most people drive into work. You actually run. You literally run into work. I remember saying, "Where's your truck?" I was like, "Oh, I just I just ran."
Yeah, that's right.
So that's great. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you.